Good day, fam. Welcome back to my Wednesday wisdom. So, today's going to be a little bit different for my Wednesday wisdom. I'm not actually pulling any cards. I felt called this week to just be like vulnerable. And before I get into that main area of the video, I do have a couple announcements. So, I am doing my Merkaba activation workshop online. So if you live out of state or you weren't able to make it, you can participate in this activation this Friday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Daytime. All right, so I'm super excited to be able to bring that to others who live out of state or live out of the country. It's going to be recorded, so if you can't make it, you can also catch the recording. This is a very, very powerful workshop, and it will change your life if you actively use the Merkaba. And if you don't know what the Merkaba is, well, I'm going to explain it in the workshop and how to activate it within yourself and with things around you in the world, right? So I have a lot of other details that you can find in the description box below on that. And today, so I just felt a little bit more called to be vulnerable, right? Because I'm very much of a person, like, basically walk the talk. And I don't want to ever be a platform for people to come to and connect with me on any level, whether we work one-on-one in a group or if it's only ever just through social media and you watching my videos. I really want each person to see all aspects of myself and that I'm very much of a human being and that the things we go through are not easy. I've had people tell me, and even close friends of mine say, oh, you make it look so easy. And I just want to be like, I don't know what part you're missing because this isn't easy. Thank you for, giving me that compliment, but no, this isn't easy. I've had to get out of my comfort zone all the time, and being vulnerable is a huge one for me, especially in this lifetime. I've had other lessons that are huge in this lifetime, but this one just always loved to recycle for me and to constantly put myself out there in a very vulnerable way. And that's really uncomfortable, right? Like some people can just freely share what they're going through and they're just an open book. I am not an open book. I don't like being an open book. I like to show people certain chapters of my book, right? And so it's difficult for me to just be completely of an open book. But that's why if you have watched me, since I've started doing these videos, I have really tried at different times to be more vulnerable and really work on that to show people like, hey, we are all getting out of our comfort zone. And I also want to give a shout out to The.Mystic.Nomad for this shirt. And it says, you are adding expansion to the universe. And I just love this color. I'm obsessed with it. And I love the message. And it also, I forget what percentage, I'm not always great with details, but a portion of the money that you pay for the shirt goes to suicide relief and for that cause. So go check her out, The.Mystic.Nomad, and I will also put that in the description box. They have it for men and women, so all sizes as well. And so I really basically want to share with you, and my Wednesday wisdom this week is that no matter what you see, and no matter what you see in others, like we're all going through things. And lately, I like doing these videos every so often because it holds me responsible for playing the part of the messages I give to others. So this is really also a video, not, potentially, right, if others are feeling the same, if you who is watching this right now, if you feel the same of the message that I'm about to share with you, and also to hold me responsible in the messages that I'm sending out there every day, because I'm like I said, like I walk the talk. I'm not just here, wanting to shed the light and not actually go through, things myself. So that's really, really, really important for me. And if I ever at any point get off that track, like, call me out, for real, call me out, because I have no problem with that. So, the last, I would like to say weeks, but it's been on and off probably the whole summer, where I have just in some ways going back into a certain victimhood consciousness, or playing small. And that's why I also felt really important to wear this shirt for this video, because it's going back and remembering who you are. And that is like, even when you feel like you should be doing more, even when you feel like you need to be creating or doing something a certain way, or maybe you're just not like getting enough sales or enough views or enough clients, or enough wins and whatever success you were looking for, right? It's going back and remembering that at the end of the day, you are adding expansion to the universe. You are sharing your light, and really being able to share that empire of light. And so, I have been like, every workshop that I've done is completely new for me, in regards of like, I never enjoyed, when I was in school, putting projects together, right? Some people loved it. Some people loved projects and creating, those fun, different little activities or big activities. I didn't. I really enjoyed being physically in my body, which is why I always played sports, and also why I do, short dance workout clips, because that is what I really enjoy doing. And I understand not everyone actually likes being in their body. Most of us are not body positive. It's something I've had to work on, right? But overall, like, I do really enjoy being physical. But the other side of things, and like when you're sharing messages, right, and sharing workshops or different project or creative endeavors, or whatever message you want to bring, sometimes there's a lot of research that goes behind the scene that people don't see. Also marketing, especially when you own your own business, like, you're wearing all the hats. It's not like someone's doing the social marketing, and then someone's building the website, and then someone's building the product, right? Like, only big businesses do that. And that's why I'm so adamant about people buying from small businesses and connecting with other small businesses through food, through health, through mental, physical, spiritual, all the above, right? Like, going to small businesses, especially now more than ever, we really need that in our economy, right? And so, kind of getting off topic, but not at the same time, because if you are a small business owner, you will relate to this. And even if you're not, if you're have been in a certain small-minded consciousness of, putting yourself down, or thinking like, oh, this isn't good enough, or thinking, just doubting yourself all the time of what you're doing, and really stopping yourself before you even begin, Or even if you have put a project together, you're still just like, well, was that even enough, right? Like you still question it. And so, remembering that it's okay to feel that way, but also not staying stagnant in that energy. And that's why I'm holding myself responsible right now and sharing this video, because over the summer, I have gone back with getting really excited about something that I'm creating, and sharing it with others, and then going back and being like, well, because I'm a perfectionist, like, did I do everything that I was able to do? Just certain questioning. And then for the next project, like, is this going to be good enough? Are people going to be interested in it? And really just, like getting in my head about it. So my question is like, what area in your life, whether it's physical, right? Actually getting yourself to work out, move your body, or if you're moving too much, maybe doing more recovery methods. Physically also, what are you putting in your mouth and eating to give you healthy resources of energy? Mentally, the thoughts that you're thinking, right? And the thoughts that you're sharing with others, like how you are sharing those thoughts, right? That's so important right now, especially when we are seeing so much chaos around the world, and just a lot of suffering, right? Like really, really hard suffering. And I'm not going to go into any one topic in that. There's plenty of other people who talk about it, and I allow them that space to do that. I don't feel like I need to go into every suffering around the world, right? That just doesn't feel good to me. If I'm constantly in that energy. So I allow others who, when they see something very devastating in the world and they want to hold compassion or hold love or hold light, supporting them in that field, right? That's what I like doing at times. Not with everything, right? But I also, if I put my energy in everything, I would just wear myself thin, right? It would just be too much. So again, I'm just talking a lot right now and trying to get back again to my main video or topic of this video, which is kind of everywhere. But, getting back to, playing small, and where in your life, mentally are you doing this? Are you self-sabotaging yourself? Like I was saying, mentally, even spiritually, right? Sometimes we put our pressures on our soul self to do something, or going all the time into like a victimhood consciousness, really, but on a spiritual context, right? Not just in a thought, but an emotional and a spiritual. Sometimes it's like, when you become more aware and something triggers you, you're like, okay, why is this triggering me? Like, I've done that. Oh, what? And really, it's not necessarily something that I really need to go into. It's more of me going in it in a way of, oh, maybe I need to fix this type of aspect of myself, because I like growing, I like expanding, I do like changing. I do like change. Not everyone likes that, and it's really uncomfortable. And I completely understand that as well, because it's not easy. I've definitely have constantly put myself out there and being uncomfortable. And there are times where, yeah, I do go into that victimhood consciousness of playing small. So, and that can be, like I was saying, very much in a spiritual context as well. People do it. I've done it, right? And that's why I'm sharing this. So where in your life, mentally, physically, or spiritually, are you holding yourself back? And a lot of the time it has to do with our thoughts. And, when you're waking up, what are you thinking about? When you go to bed, what are you thinking about? And I really urge at those two different times, because that is one period typically in someone's life where it's a little bit more quiet, it's a little bit more silent. And, yes, some people can fall asleep right away. By all means, that is amazing. I wish I had that gift, but I don't. It always takes me a while to fall asleep, but I tend to do a lot of thinking at that time. And for others who do so, you can really use that time actually to manifest and create something during those more quiet hours as you're waking up or as you're drifting to sleep. Maybe for others, there are other times. I know for moms, it's like, well, I don't even have the time. But there are times. There are plenty of times, whether your kid is napping at school or if you're in the shower, there are small periods of times where you are thinking, and what are you aware of where those thoughts are going. So, are you willing to take the next necessary steps to really shine your light and bring that expansion to the world? Because now more than ever, that is what we need. We need compassion for others. We need kindness. We need that inner strength and inner courage, because everywhere we look right now, there is some disaster going on. So I ask you not only to choose within yourself and the aspects that you are creating, but also when you see something in the outside world, how can you switch it and actually bring love into it, bring kindness, bring compassion into it, instead of playing off, right, what you're seeing out there. And then for others, right, what internal dialogue are you telling yourself to really get to that next step in your life? Like, what is the most next practical step that you can bring some level of joy, some level of fulfillment, some level of peace or clarity or tranquility in your life? What is the next most practical step? So in this video, I talked about a lot of different things. More than anything, I wanted to sit down and be vulnerable and just share with you guys and allow that space to do so, because it is something that's really hard for me. And I know ultimately, right, one thing I always know, that even when I'm in a space that's uncomfortable, when I'm in a space of void, when I'm in a space of self-limiting belief, I know I am always going to get out of it, because I know I have a choice and I can choose to. I also know nothing lasts forever. There's always going to be change. And so I allow myself to go through that phase of resistance and self-limiting, to allow myself to bring myself out of it, right? And I know I'm going to. It's this underlying knowing that I will, because I've done it before. And if I've done it before, I can do it again. And sports have really taught me that when you are like down on your luck and you feel like you got nothing left, but there is something telling you just to keep going, like you can do it. And it is that voice at the end of the day that I ultimately choose. Now, sometimes, I can make that choice a little bit quicker. This summer, I have made that choice, but then I kind of go back into that self-limiting belief, right? And then I'll make that positive choice and then kind of go back into it. So it's kind of been this weave of, oh yeah, I'm really excited, and then going back into this weave of like self-limiting. And so ultimately, and I say that because you too also have the same choice to choose something better for yourself. So that's why I say, what is the next most practical step in your life, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? So, if this resonates with you, please like, comment, and share. If it doesn't, that's fine too. You could potentially share it with someone who may really need this message right now, and just know that you're not the only person going through this. And at the end of the day, we all are. Like, on some level, we all are going through something. Just some people share about it more than others, and that's up to them to do. So don't let any detour of success stop you, because we are here for a reason: to shine our light, to share our love, to share the kindness, to share the compassion, to share the joy with the world. And that's what we need. So yes, I feel like there's something else that I want to say, but I think I've talked enough. And, if you are looking for support in this area of your life, I do provide spiritual life coaching. I also do Reiki sessions and oracle card readings, depending on the type of support you're looking for. Spiritual life coaching really allows you to start to make a commitment to yourself. Like, when you're choosing me as a coach, you are ultimately choosing yourself. And I, support you and hold space for you and give you guidance in you making that choice and choosing me, which in turn is actually choosing you. So if that is something you're interested, you can also find that in the description box below. All right, guys, I hope you have a beautiful week and a grateful day. And let's start a thread. I don't know where this is coming from, but start a thread, share a post, something from yourself, of some act of kindness, some act of love, or some act of compassion. And let's start sharing more of that, more of love, more of compassion, more of kindness, but something that's authentic to you, not just something that you saw someone else post, like something authentic to you. And share that and tag me, and I will also share your information as well. All right, guys, like I said, I hope you have a grateful day, and don't forget, let's dance, let's groove, let's be a little silly, and enjoy life. Have a grateful day.